Okay, guys, so thanks for joining today's session. Today is the 13th day and the last session. In the last class, we have covered the VCS as well. And today agenda is to cover the PCS. What is PCS? Process Cloud Service. How to create processes, how to enable notifications, notify activity, how to activate application, managing roles, reminders, due date, expiration, email notification, message-based pattern, decision model, and all other stuff. So we are going to cover today, and we will finish our training today itself. And Tejeshwar asked one question, very good question. What is the path to migrate YC Gen 1 to Gen 2? So this is the vanilla migration, Tejeshwar and everyone. You don't need to do anything. So what happens is, let's suppose you have instances OIC which are on the Gen 1. Gen 1 is nothing, it is the old infrastructure of Oracle, and they have a new platform, Oracle, that is called Oracle Gen 2. And Oracle is moving their old customers who is on the Gen 1 to the Gen 2 so that they can get the new new features, the enhanced functionality, and then performance, security, and other stuff. So how it happens is, in background, Oracle do this migration automatically. You don't need to be involved in this integration. And what they do is they just let's suppose you have an instance on a OIC Gen 1. What they do, they create another instance in the Gen 2, and all the integration will be migrated from your old instance, which is on the Gen 1 to Gen 2. Okay, so that is a pure lift and shift kind of migration. All the integrations will be shifted to your OIC Gen 2. How customers will be affected? So let's suppose you have an instance, and then instance domain, instance URL is OIC dev01 instance. When Oracle will migrate, your domain name will remain the same. The only thing is the IP of the domain name will get changed because they are shifting your instance to the another infrastructure. So the IP cannot be the same. So what all changes you need to require? Let's suppose you have a few integration on the Gen 1 instance. Okay, let's suppose you are connecting the FTP of the customer, wherein you have given your OIC IPs to the vendor to whitelist your OIC IP at the FTP location. So the IP will be changed, and you have to provide new IPs to the customers. Guys, I'm sorry, there's a connectivity issue. Okay, so what I'm saying is, so you need to take a new IP addresses, and you have to share these IP addresses to your vendors, to your customers, wherein the IPs has been whitelisted. You can do your unit testing or the QA testing, and then you can ask Oracle to migrate on the production as well. So that is a complete path, Tejeshwar, to migrate your Gen 1 to Gen 2 instance. I hope that clarifies your question. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, Oracle will do. Nothing is required
Yes,
from
the
an
customer
organization
don't need to
perspective.
do anything. This is the Oracle's responsibility to migrate. Only the responsibility of yours is to whitelist the new IPs at wherever applicable.
And how about the customizations? I mean, the OAC components. Will there be any
All the
impact or
components,
manual intervention?
no, all the components will remain the same. You don't need to do anything. Whatever you see in the Gen 1, you will see in the Gen 2 as well. But few another functionalities as well, like the file server, you will get it.
Okay. Fine. Thanks, Ankur.
Okay, so let's proceed further, and let me just open the OIC instance and we'll share that. Okay, I hope you are able to see the OIC screen box.
Yeah. Yes, Ankur. We are able to see the screen.
So now let's proceed and we'll see the processes, what process is and what are the capabilities in the process. So process is nothing, it is, you can say, the process cloud service, or in short, processes. So maybe you have heard the BPM earlier, the on-prem BPM, which is used to create the workflows. And what workflows are? Workflows are like the real-time example, very useful example. Let's suppose you go to the bank and apply for the loan. There may be an online form which you need to submit for the loan that will go to the go to the particular employee of the bank, wherein they will verify your details, and sometimes they may ask the few other details to you, some additional details. And then if you provide the details, additional details, then again you will submit the form. It will again go to the employee will verify another information, and again the form will move forward, and the first level of manager will approve it, and then it may go to the another manager or the head of the bank, and then so and so forth, and then it may go to the finance department as well to pass your loan. So there will be a multiple processes actually. That is called complete workflow. Similarly, when you apply a leave, you will raise a leave via the online form. It will go to a particular manager, your supervisor, and then your HR to approve it. Okay. So these are the workflows. Similarly, such kind of workflows you can create in the processes. So processes just to create the workflows. You can create user interfaces here as well via the processes. When you deal with the process, there are two part of it. One is called composer. Second is called workspace. What is the difference? Composer is just your designer for the developers, wherein you open the composer and design your processes. However, the workspace is just for the runtime activities to initiate your workflow, to administrate your the task which is assigned. You can take action on the task which is assigned under your bucket and other stuff. So there are a lot of things you can do in the composers as well as the workspace. So you can consider as simple as the composer is the designer wherein you develop the processes. Workspace is the runtime environment wherein you manage your processes. As simple as that. Composer. So if you go to the process and then open the process application, here you see you have seen a different URL. However, if you need to open the workspace, my task is your workspace, and you can see the URL has been changed to workspace, and there will be another menus here which you can use to administrate your activated processes. Here I will go slowly, but let's just go back and then work with the composer. So here, if you go to the processes task and then open the process application, you will see this is the first page from where you can create a new process. You can create the decision models here. You can create the spaces. Spaces are nothing. These are just like a packages you create, and under a single space, you can create multiple process application. And there's a one menu called administration from where you can manage your processes, decision model, spaces, and other stuff. Here you see this is composer. Okay. Here you see spaces, application, gallery, player, and then import. But let's just move forward and let's try to create a process application. How to create? You need to go to the process application and click on a create button. Once you click on a create button, you will see three options. Start with a quick start, import an application, create an application. When you choose the first option, it will give you different templates like absence management, request, business plan approval, and these are the samples which are already there. It is just like the business accelerators or the business accelerators we have in the integration as well. Similarly, there are different templates which you can use. And if you select any one of them, the process will be created. You can extend it as per your requirement. So these are just a template. Cancel it. The create, it is used to import an existing application if you have it. And the third one is create an application. If you click on create an application, the application will be create it from scratch. You can give an application name, let's say PCS application. Okay. And then by default, there's a MySpace already. If you want to create a new workspace, you can create a new workspace. You can create, let's say B11, and then you can give description and simply click on create button. So an application will be created under a space B11. Here you go. And you see, you have rendered on the composer. Let it open. Here you see under that process application, you have different other menus to create a process, to create the web forms, the business types. This are nothing. It is to create the schemas, the decision, whatever decision models you create, you can pick that up. You can call external REST API as well as the SOAP API, indicators, key metrics, and then internationalization. Under that process, you can create the structured as well as the dynamic process. What structured is, dynamic process is. Structured are the fixed process, and we know the complete process in advance. We know we need to apply a leave. There will be a web form to that, and on that it may go to your one manager level of approval, two manager, or the HR manager. So we know the complete structure of the workflow in advance. But sometimes there's a dynamic process. Dynamic process in the sense that you are going to the doctor. You will say, I have a fever. The doctor will check your fever. It may be a 90, 98, 99, 100, 102, 103. So depending on your temperature, doctor can prescribe some medicines, or it can ask you to take few tests first. Okay, if it is a medicine, then you will take medicines, and then will go home and then take medicines, and then you will feel okay. But if you need to go through the test process, then depending on the test results, doctor may prescribe another stuff as well. They may prescribe another set of tests, or he can say you just need to take these medicines and then go there. Again, depending on another test, if the doctor prescribed, then again, depending on the result, there may be another procedure. So that is totally dynamic, which you don't know what will happen further. That is called dynamic process. So let's try to create a structured process. Structured process, like we know the complete structure in advance and we develop it. So here there are different templates, or you can say style, as we have an integration basis on which you can create your structured process, like none, form, message, form approval pattern. Let's start with the form approval pattern. Here you see form approval pattern, which means a form you need to create a form and there will be an approval pattern to that. Let's say my approval process. Let's say leave approval process. I'm going to create a process which is called leave approval process and click on a create button. So when you do that, a process will be created. Here you see a process has been created. And let me just describe that, what it is. So here, first you see left hand side, the process owner and then process reviewer. These are nothing, these are called the swim lanes. So this is one of the swim lane. This is second one of the swim lane. It is a process owner by default. The second is process reviewer. So these are nothing, you can see these are the roles. So these are the tasks which will be taken care by the process owner, who will initiate the form actually. And these are the tasks which will be done by the process reviewer. So this is another role, I can say. So there are two roles. You can create more and more roles. So it is totally depend on the approval, how many level of approval you want to create. So this is this is the owner, means the end user who will initiate the process. The reviewer, the first level of approval. You can create another swim lane as well by clicking on it, and then another approval of process you can create. And here you will see different activities like human. Under human, you have the submit and then approve. So you can see this is submit one, this is the approval one. Then we have a system actions as well, like abstract, data mapper, service, call, and then other stuff. We have the events one, like the start. Here you see submit request. So this is your form start only. Okay. So this is used to start your process. So these are your events. Gateways, you have the different gateways, like we have this exclusive gateway. So there are 4 gateways which helps you to decide which flow will be taken forward. And then integration, using this integration, you can call your external APIs and nodes. So here there are a few activities. One is the event submit request, which is the form start. So if you want to change the name, you can just double click and you can change the name here. Let's say start process leave, you can say, or you can say initiate leave. Okay, like this. And then here you see we have this sequence. So this sequence is going to the approve request, then it is going to this exclusive gateway, and the exclusive gateway is nothing, it is just like a if else condition. Either it can follow one path or otherwise, depending on the condition which you give here. And then we have another submit activity, which is the fulfill form, and then if it is approved, it will go fulfill and then task will be completed. Otherwise, it may follow this path, and then user need to resubmit it and then go here. Let's try to, this is just a template. Let's start to develop this process. So this is your form task. So which means you have to attach one web form with that. How to attach? So you can open properties here, right click on this action menu, and here you see title, and here form. If you have already form, you can search the form and then a dialog box will be opened. Here you see we don't have any form. If you want to create a new form, you can click on a plus button and then create a form. Here you can say leave form. Click on a open immediately. If you click on a open immediately, the form will be opened, which you can use to design your web form. Click on a complete. Here you see you are on the leave web form, and you can design your form. We have the basic palette here, we have the advanced palette here as well, and on the left hand side we have the properties of the controls, which we will drag and drop. So let's try to put few components here to design the form. Okay, this is the leave, first name, last name. Let's say email. You can say reason here. You can say input text component here, and you can take date from and then date to. Sorry. Fine. Now, if you want to change the properties of it, of the any component, click on it, and here you see the properties will be opened, the name and then binding. Name, you can change the name. Let's say first name. It will change the binding with the same name which you give here, and you can change the label. Let's say first name. Okay. Similarly, you can change of the another input text. Let's say last name and then last name. Okay. Email, if you want to change it, you can change it. Let's say email address and then input text. Okay, that will be leave reason. Okay, and then label leave reason. And here you can say date from. You can say here date to. Now my form is ready. You can use this form to submit your leaves. And here you can preview this form. So here you see we have only seen 6 controls here. If you click on a preview, you can see. Okay, fine. Close it. Now my form is ready. Go here.
Yeah, Ankur, one question over here. Hello.
Yeah.
So, Ankur, if we want to put any validation like date from will be always lesser than date to, this sort of validation can we add in this form?
Yes. So here, if you control this, let's say date 2, there will be a validator here. There will be a validator here. So like this. So here you see, do you see the functions here? You can use these functions. You can do the validations here. And if you want to, let's suppose you want to have the email address of the logged in user, you can do that too. I will show you this later. Go here, and now this has been configured. Now the second is I need to configure this activity, which is called your approve activity. So now when you will initiate the form, it will go to the reviewer, and we need to attach the form with this activity. Either you can attach the same form or the different form. So if you need to attach the same form, click here, open properties, and here you see the forms. You can search the form, and the same form you can attach, leave form. When the control will go here, it will open the same form here, right? You see here, and there will be two action to it. One is the approve and the second is reject. Okay, so now here we have the title. You can provide the title of the task, you can provide the task summary, you can provide the due date, and then you can set the priority as well. So let's say title, you can give the hard coded title, or you can provide the expression as well by clicking on this plain text. So the expression build editor, and here you can say leave request received from. So it is just like a Java, like if you need to concatenate two fields, you first hard code the literal into the double quotes, and then using plus, here you see the leave form, you can say first name like this, and then validate it. If it is validated, it will show expression valid, and then okay. Title, and similarly you can provide the task summary. You can say leave request received from. You can provide the date, and then 2, like this. Okay, and then you can set the reminder, escalation, expiration, notification. I will come to that. And now this has been configured. I have attached the form, I have configured the title, and then the task summary, and here we actually need to define the condition. So these are you can click on edit, and here you see the name and you see the conditional flow. If you want to make this conditional, you simply click here, and then you need to define the condition, and then click on edit. And here, if you drop it, and here you see the task outcome data object, which means it will give the outcome to you when the user will approve or reject it, let's say. And if it is, you can say approve, because the outcome will be approve or reject. If say approve, then follow this path, and here you see the cross symbol has been removed from here because we have defined the condition here. If you want to change it, you can change it, let's say approve. Fine. And now if user approves it, you need to follow this path, and then you make this as condition. So you can just say conditional flow. You can just unselect it, and here you see this indicates that this is your default path. If this will not match, here control will goes there. Okay. And now fulfill. If you want to attach the same form, you can attach it. If you want to delete this, you can delete it as well. So let's delete it. And once the request will be approved, it will be completed. And now you can attach the same form with that upon open data. Sorry. Go to the open properties, and here you can apply the same form. Similarly, you can set the title, task summary, due date, and then priority. Okay, one thing I hope I missed that. Fine. Now my process is completed. So what I have done here, I have attached one form with that. I have attached the approval process with that. If approver approves it, the process will be completed and it will go to the user again. Now how to test it? Process allows you to test your functionality using one service called player. So without actually deploying the process on the workspace, you can test it using the player functionality. And how to do this? So first you have to publish your process. So you can make a snapshot. The snapshot is nothing. It is the working snapshot. Okay. So you are taking a snapshot time to time, so that you can say, if you have done few tasks and you know, yes, it is validated, you can take a snapshot, and then you can change it later further, and then again you can make another snapshot. Let's say snap 1, and here you can say comments initial draft. Okay, and then publish. So now the first snapshot has been created. If you want to make further changes, you can again publish it and you can make another snapshot. Now go to the test. So the snapshot is totally different from the version. And here if you go to the test, and if you have, and here you can see the initial draft, and you can see the snapshot here, what all we have done in the first initial draft. You have to activate it. Without publishing, you cannot activate it. And we are not activating the process on the server. We are just activating for the player. Activate it. Now my process will be activated, and here you will see I can play it. Let the process to be activated first. Okay, my process has been activated. Now if you want to play with this functionality, let's how to play with that. Click on a play, and here you can see the complete process, and you can see the process here. Now you see the player icon. You can click on the player icon and then play. Here you see leave approval process, and apart from these controls, these are the buttons which will come automatically. And here you can start putting the data and then apply the leave. Let's say Ankur. Jan. Leave reason. Here let's say I want to travel to my hometown. Okay, let's say date from 23rd to 27th. And then you can save it, you can discard that form, you can cancel it, and you can submit it, or you can attach documents here as well. Let's click on a submit. Once your form will be submitted, it will follow this path, which means your request will be forwarded to the reviewer. Now the reviewer can take 2 actions here. If you click here, you can approve or you can reject, or you can launch form to review the leave. The same form will come because we have attached one form with that, and you can see the task and then summary here. Leave request received from Ankur and leave request received from this to this date. Okay, you can review the task. Why 2 has not been there? What is the problem with that? Here I can see the date. Why it is not coming here? Hmm. Anyways, I will check it. What happened to this? Let me just close it, and here you see it will come here. You can open it again. Let's see. So we can initiate a new task also. Is a net problem or with the PCS problem? Guys, are you able to hear me? Okay, no worries. I will check that. Let's say reject. Okay, reject the leave. Once you will post your comment, you can reject the leave, and your leave will go to the process owner who has initiated the process, and then you have to again review your form, and then you can add additional information. There's a problem with the date too. I don't know why. Okay, so you can say please approve my leave. Approve my leave, and let's try to reduce the date here. Let's say 25th. Post comment, and let's say submit. Now again it will go to this path. Now here, let me see if the date is coming again or not. You see the 25th now? I don't know. I will check. Approve. Now I have approved the task and it should complete the workflow. So this is how you can do this. Make sense? Any question, anyone? Okay. Now you can close this and then proceed further. Now the next thing I will show you how to enable notification. If you want to send a notification, how to do this. So for this, you have to go to the workspace. First, you have to enable the notification, then only the notifications will go. So for this, you go to the My Tasks, go to the Administration, and go to the Services, and under Services, go to the Infrastructure. And here you see Oracle Notification Service. By default, it is disabled. If you want to send a notification, you have to enable it. Just say email. And here, this is the from, and here you have to put any email address. So that will be your from email address. So you want to register it so that the email can go from this particular email address, and let's say register. So here you see this form, email already exists. Let's say okay, and then save it. Let me see if I have received any email, guys. Scroll down, please. Okay, I have not received any mail, but fine. Now let's go back and let's try to enable the notification, and we'll show you. Means I will use one notification action. Go here so that I can send the notification to the initiator who will initiate the process. so that he can know, yes, my leave has been approved. So once the leave will be approved, I want to send the notification. So open this system, and here we have the notify action. Just drag and drop and then configure it, open properties. You can send to CC, BCC, reply, and then subject. So in the two, I want to use this simple, and I will say email. I will send this email to the same person. You can say subject. You can say here your leave is approved. Okay. Fine. And similarly, you can put the body here. If you want to use some dynamic value, you can use simple and hey, your leave has been approved. From due date. Right? Okay. Fine. So let me just check one thing. What is the problem with this? Date from, date one. Come here automatically, date one as well. The form is here, leave, but no worries. Let's click on a save button, and again you have to take a snapshot of it because I have changed anything. You can say snap 1.2. Let's say notification edit, publish. Go to the test now, and then first you have to deactivate it so that the my changes can come in the player, and then you have to activate it again. Fine. Let's try to play. Okay. The form is there. Let's say Nitin Kumar. I will take my email only. Okay. Going to 23rd. Let's say only per day. Fine. Here you see. Let me just again try to launch the form and let me see if the date is coming or not. What happened to this here? Why it is not coming? So stand here, I can see the date. Why it is not coming here? But let's approve it. And here you see notification is sent. Let me see if I have received any email in my mobile, and then I will show you as well. So I should receive email. Let me see my trash. No. Let me just open my mailbox. No, I have not received any email so far. No, guys, I have not received any email. So we have one place in the workspace. My tasks. Go to the administration. You see notification logs, right? You see sent Ankur Jan 26. Retry sent on this. Maybe some issues. So sent notifications. There might be some issues. Resend KURJAIN jan26@gmail.com. You bad addresses. No. No worries, guys. We will try again, okay? And we'll see. Test notification. Let me try to send a test notification. We'll see. Test email. Notif test notification sent successfully. Okay, guys, not a big deal. No, sent on. There might be some issue with this notification actually, and it is not going, but no worries. Okay. Let's proceed and go here. Open it. Now let me show you how to enable reminders, due dates, and other stuff. I'm not getting emails. I don't know why, but let's try it and then open properties. Okay. So here you see reminders. Let's suppose our task is assigned to this guy. Okay, whosoever will be there in this reviewer, there may be multiple users as well. Okay, whosoever will be there in the role and they have not taken an action. If you want to send the reminders, you can do that. How? You have to open this approve request action, go to the reminders, and you can enable the reminders when you want to send, how many reminders you want to send, and maximum you can send 3 reminders. Let's say remind me once, and at what interval you want to assign, you want to send a reminder. So you can configure that as well. You can say in a 1 day, you can say 0, you can say minutes. Let's say in a 2 minutes, I want to send a reminder. And after assignment or before due date or before expiration. So you can set the expiration here, but I will say I want to send this reminder after the assignment of this task. Okay. Similarly, you can set the escalation and then expiration here. Okay. Never expire. The task will never be expired, which means the task will remain in the bucket of the guy. Expire. Expire means once the task will be expired, no one can take the action on the task and the task will be aborted. Okay, you can set the expiry date when you want to expire it. Renew, you can set the task as a renew. Okay, and when the task will be renewed, you can do that. How long before each task is expires. And then you can do the escalation as well. And interval, maximum escalation level, how many levels up to do you want to escalate, which means after this, whatever you what we say, you generate the swim lane, you add a new swim lane, the task will be escalated to them. But let's say I want to expire it, and I am saying I want to expire this task. Let's say interval, I want to expire this task after 4 minutes of the assignment. Okay, you can enable the notification. Okay, by default notification is enabled. If you want to disable it, you can disable the notification for this particular task. Okay, let's say enable. And here you see the email template. Here you have the no action and with action. What does it mean? So here you see in this task, we have two actions, approve and then reject. So you want to send these two actions in the email also, so that the users can approve or reject the task directly from the email. But there's a warning of it. The what is the warning? If you send a task actions, then you don't need to log in into the workspace to approve the task. So users can directly approve or reject the task. If someone see your email, user can approve or reject directly without logging into the workspace. So that is the meaning of this default with actions. On assign, on completion, on error. So the email will go on these actions actually. Assignment, completion, and then on error. Here, by default, there's a template, okay, which is assigned. But if you want to update this default template, you can do that as well. Here you see the default. You can preview it. Sorry, not this one. This one. There's an option. There was an option here. Yeah, here. So you see plus button. So plus button is used to create a new template. You can click on a plus button. You can upload the HTML file here, and whatever file you upload here, it will be considered as an email template. Okay. Include as email attachment. Form as an image. So whatever form is attached to this approve request, you want to send this as an image, as a PDF or an inline. So if you check this, so the form which is attached to this approve request, it will be attached in the email notification. If you set this form as a PDF, then it will be go form as a PDF, form as an inline. Let's say form as a PDF. Task attachments. If you add any attachment with the task, and if you want to send in the email as well, you can configure that as well. Task attachments. Okay. Now I have done the reminders, escalation, and the notification here. And if you configure the due dates here, you can configure the due dates as well. Let's say expression editor, not this one, sorry. Interval. You can say 3 minutes. So the task will be due in 3 minutes. Okay. Now my task has been configured. So here I have configured a couple of things. Let's try to save this and try to publish it. And here I will show you how to activate this process on the server. Let's try to create a snapshot here. Let's say snapshot 1.3. Okay. And here I will say expiration, due date, and then email has been configured, and then publish. Here you see the activate button. So if you click on the activate button, it will actually activate the application on the server, PCS server, I mean. Click on the activate, and here you see my server. Click on this activate new version. Here you see select a snapshot. Whatever snapshot you want to consider for this deployment, you can consider it. Let's say I will take my latest one. Validate options, and here you need to get a version, let's say 1.0. Activate. Activate it and then finish. Now my application has been activated on the server. Now let me just assign the users to the Swimlane. How to assign it? Go here, go to the my tasks. Here you see I don't have any task. Go to the administration, and here you see the manage roles. Okay, how to go? My task, and then administration, and then go to the manage roles. And here you can see process roles, analytics viewer, process owner, and then process reviewer. By default, there will be 3 roles. Analytics is to see the analytics. Process owner, you can attach the process owners to that. Let's say assign role, click on a add member. Here you can search the users here. Let's say Ankur. Okay, I am adding Ankur Jain as a process owner so that I can initiate the form, and then click on a OK. And don't forget to click on a save button. Now role has been added. Megha, I hope you there.
Yes, Ankur, I'm there.
Okay, fine. So this is logged in from your email. Oh no, this is from Priya actually. Oh. Okay, no worries. So let's add the same user to the, I'm adding myself to the process reviewer as well, because we don't have Lakshmi here. And then I am you can assign the groups as well. Okay, I am just adding the same user to the owner as well as reviewer. Now save. Now here let me just log in into the incognito window into the workspace. Okay, I will show you. Just hold on please. I hope you are able to view my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have logged in and go to the processes. No, sorry, dashboard. Oh, no, sorry. Go to my task and then my apps. Do you see here? Because I have, here you see I have logged in with Ankur Jain and I have added Ankur Jain in the process reviewer. And similarly, sorry, process owner as well as the process reviewer. I have logged in as Ankur Jain, hence I can see this form. The application, I can initiate it. So let's click here, and here you see first name. Let me just initiate it. Google. Date from, and I will get the same task here also, because I am the reviewer also. Submit. A task has been submitted with the instance ID. You see 40254. Now, if you go to my task, you can see the task here. And you see due in 2 minutes. Let me just open the email and see if I have received any email. There might be some issues with the notification of this. Otherwise, I would have showcased you each and everything. But let me see. But you see, it's saying it's due in 2 minutes. I still have not received any email, guys. Let me see the trash. Okay. If I will get it, I will show you. Now here, if you click here, you can see there's some problem with this process actually. Hence, you see, I'm not able to get the date as well. Okay. Here you see approve, reject, and then save. Even if I approve it, reject it, it will come to the same bucket because Ankur Jain is the same. Ankur Jain is approver as well as the reviewer. But in your instance, you can try with multiple users. If I reject it, I will see, and here you see due in 2 minutes, reject. The task has been rejected. If I refresh it, I will get the same task here. You see, PCS app. And here you don't see any due in because why? Because due date I have configured in the human task itself. Now, if you go here, so this is actually I'm showing this is how process works. Now you see, and then you can submit it, and again I will see the same task in my bucket. Refresh it. You see here, and it's again saying due in 2 minutes. I'm not receiving any mail. Otherwise, I will show you in the email also. I will get approve and then reject actions, and from there you can directly approve or reject. And now, if you simply approve this task, the task will be removed this bucket because the task will be completed. Here you see, if you even right, if you want to see your completed task, you can click on this filter, and here more you can see assigned. By me, worked by me. Completed. Here you see completed. You can see all the completed tasks. Okay, so if you click on the worked on me, and here you see the completed. You can see all the completed tasks which has been completed. Go here, and you can see more information of it. Here you can see comments. There is no comment. There is no attachment here. And if you go to the dashboard here, you can see the process, the open processes, and you can see the closed processes, how many process has been closed. So this is all the process monitoring, which will give you the complete thing, the trend, how many, the trend of the task actually, and then workload, and then open, and then health. And here you have the business analytics as well. You can create your BI reports here by clicking the data source, the process, activity, and then assignment. If I select the process, you can select the application on if you want to create the reports on all the application on a particular application, you can do that. The series on the x-axis what it will come, and on the y-axis what it will come. Let's say on the series application name, and on the y-axis what it will show, count, sum, average, or minimum, and then display report. You can see here. So this is how you can generate the reports in the process cloud. You can click on an edit query here, and then you can display report again. Let's say okay, I don't have more, so it will be the same. Here you see, okay, fine. Data for last 1 month, so and so forth, till 1 year. You can see the data. You can download it as well. Here you see untitled.csv. All the data will be downloaded into the CSV file. I wanted to show you one more thing. you go to the process, you can see the complete. Yeah, into the process. If you go to the completed, you see the completed process. You can view the complete complete payload as well. Here you see on the processes, you can see the complete graphical view. You can go to the tree view of the task, and if you can expand it, you can view the complete details. Instant enter the activity. What was the payload when it was entered? It was nothing. You see instance left the activity, what data was sent. Here you see the complete data which you have initiated. Similarly, you can see in the approve request, instance entered the activity. Here you see, and here you see I can see the date one as well, but it is not reflected in the form. There might be some issue. This is how you can view the complete payload. Guys, any question on this?
Ankur, from the initial task creation, if we want to get the employee details, let's say from any system, external system, or
Yes,
how to do that.
I will
And
complete.
okay. And one more part, let's say we want to bring some information from another system like Oracle, SCM, cloud. Let's say we are doing a approval for purchase orders, and we want to get the informations from there. So
I will show you. I will show you now. So any another thing, so that I will show you. So in process, you have one action called integrations, which can be used to call any external REST API or the SOAP APIs, or you can call the integration which you have created in your Oracle integration too.
okay.
Okay, I will show you now. So now let me just again open the same thing. Okay, fine. Now here you see, here you can see the summary as well, the one instance. Now go to the process application. So let's suppose you want to get the data from an external system. So let me just consider one thing here. Let's suppose I have this API, okay, or I have, yes. So let's say suppose I have this API which I wanted to use to get the data, okay, and show on the form. That is what your question, Vibhuti?
Yes, Ankur. We can show the user name and details from here.
Yes, yes, cool. So let me just open that same application, and in a single application, you can create multiple processes. So let's try to create another process here, new process. And I will say this will be based on the form. I don't want to create an approval process here. Okay, so I will say form, and let's say get user data process. Okay, and then click on a create button. Before I create this process, and here you see when you use this form approval form process, only you see one swim lane, and there is no roles here because it is the form only. Before I configure it, I need to create the integrations here. Okay, so you can do multiple things here. You can browse available integration. Browse available integration means whatever REST APIs or the SOAP APIs you have in the integration, you can call that. You can select and then create it, and then you can directly call it. Now, if you want to call the external API, you can create a REST connector. If you have the SOAP, you can create a SOAP connector too. So let's try to create a REST connector here. And you can say user connector, user API connector. Okay. Similarly, you have to give the base URL as we give in the REST. So give this only. Guys, allow me a minute. Okay, and then click on a create button. So your connection has been created here. You can see the configuration and you have to add the resources now. Click on a add and here you see expand it and you can see the resource here. Click on a add, that's a get. This will be my get. And you can say here user. And you need to pass the ID here. Let's say ID. Oh, sorry. And click here. Now you see get resource, the name, and you can enter the path operation here. Let's say ID. You see this has been added. Now if you pass one here, you can pass and you can see the response here. You can hold on, request user, this has been added here. Request template parameter has been added here. Response why, okay, plus, sorry, plus, and here you can say it is a JSON. You can add the complete JSON here to create a sample schema. Okay, and click on the next. Here you can say user JSON. Next, and then import. Here you see now business data dot user dot JSON has been added. Now my click on a apply. Now my one resource has been added as a user. If you want to add more, you can add put, post, patch, delete, and add whatever you want. So let's try to call this. Save. Go to the process now and open this get user data. So let's try to add one form to that. Open properties. Okay, and let's say get user ID. I need to take user ID, so I will use get user ID, and then I will attach a form here. User information. Open immediately and then click on the create button. Now you can simply say input this one, and here you can say one input text, another input text. I will show only two information here. So input text, you can say user ID, enter user ID, and here you can show the first name of the user, first name. Okay, and here I will say last name. Now my form is ready. Okay, now go to this process, and now I want to call my integration here. So go to the integration, and here you see user API connector. Just drag and drop here, and then open properties. Here you see service call, user API connection, resource, and then get resources there. And now you need to open the data association. Data association is nothing. It is just like a mapping which you need to do map. And here you see get user data object, user defined, and here you need to pass this user ID to the ID. Fine, and then save your this and then apply. Now whatever ID will come from the form, it will be passed to my REST API, and then I will use this submit action to show the same form. Open properties, and I will attach the same form, a user information form, and then click on a open data association. And here you can see the output here, the user information, and then here you see first name to first name, okay, and then last name to last name. Don't forget to click on apply. Save. Now this is ready. Let's try to publish it, and let's say snapshot snap 1.4. Edit the process. Publish. Fine. Let's try to test this process now. Output data association is empty. Okay. It's saying here, I guess. So here you need to do this mapping actually. I did the wrong mapping there. Okay, so first, okay, so what it is saying, fine. So I am just saying first name here, and then I am putting the name here in the first name, and then in the last name, I am just putting the username. Okay, for the time being. Apply. It was the problem, and here you don't need to do this data association. You can remove that. Apply. Now again publish it. Go to a test. This is fine now. Deactivate the process from the player, which we have activated it earlier, and now activate it now. Fine. Let's try to play with this. Here you see the get user data process. Start. Enter user ID, let's say 1. Submit. Now your API will be called, and here you can see the data. You can see the first name here, you can see the last name. You see the name here, and then username is of that. Vibhuti, I hope that clears your doubt.
Yes, yes, uncle.
Guys, any question on this? Fine. Let me just move forward, and now let's go back and let me just try to show you the decision model capability. What are the decision models? Decision models are nothing. They are just the logics of your processes. So you can create a reusable logics which you can use in n number of application or n number of processes. So what decision models are? These are the decisions which you can create it here via the decision model, and you can consume it n number of application, n number of process, and that decision models are the reusable component. So basically it is decision models are used to isolate your decision from your actual workflow. You design the decision models, whatever you want, and then use it. So let's suppose you are creating a loan approval process. Okay. In that loan approval process, you need to take different kind of decisions. Let's say if loan amount is less than 10,000, directly approved. If loan amount is between 10,000 or 50,000, it should go to for the approval process. If it is 50,000 or the 1 lakh, it should follow another path. So this is all the decisions. So decision models you can create it here. So now, as an example, I am going to create a decision model to calculate the results of the student basis on the what we say basis on the subjects. So click on a create button. Similarly, you can import a decision model. You can start with a sample, or you can create a decision model from scratch. Let's try to create a decision model from scratch. You can say I will calculate division. Okay, division space fine, and then click on a create button. So okay, so when you create the decision, there are 5 steps to it. One, add decision. Second is to define inputs. Third is to model decision logic. Fourth is to test your decision and then create a service. What add a decision? So here you need to define your decision. What all decisions you want to take. Let's suppose I want to calculate the sum. Then I want to calculate the percentage. Then I want to take a decision based on the percentage, whether user will be failed, it will get the first position, second position, or the third position. And then based on the position, I want to calculate the grade. So that will be my another decision. So you can create the decisions here. Define input. What all inputs you wanted to give to your decisions. Okay, that will be the second. Decision logic, then you are just adding the decision, but you are not modeling your decision. After you have added the decision, the third step, you have to model your decisions. Then once your decisions are modeled, you have to test it and then create a service. Let's go with the step first. So you need to add a decision. So in order to add a decision, click on this plus button. When you do this, this dialog box will be open, and here you have a multiple kind of decisions which you can use. So I will use 3 type of decisions here. One is the expression. It is just like your friendly enough expression language. It is just to calculate the values basis on the mathematical operation. So expression I will use to calculate the sum of the subjects. So click on this expression and click on a create button. Sorry, I have to give a name. Let's say calculate sum of subjects, and then click on a create button. One decision has been headed, and now I will create another expression, and here I will say percentage and click on a create button. This is my second decision. I will add another decision, and now I want to use the if then else. So if then else is nothing, it is just like a if else, which will be used to define the path. So here I will say calculate division. First, second, third, all fail. Again, you can see calculate result. And last is your decision table. Create a table of rules with test matching inputs on the one side and multiple columns with annotation. And guys, there's a one question comes in the certification based on this decision table. What decision tables are? So here you can say calculate grade. Now here I have added 4 decisions here. So now calculate grade will be the topmost because it will actually give me the result. So it will become my parent, and calculate result will be the second one. You can drag and drop easily, and then sum of the subject will be the first one. Sum of the subject, and then fine. Now I will define the input data here. Okay, the second step. Click on the input data and you create the definition here. You can say subjects schema. Okay, and here I will say complex one, and I will add 3 attributes here. Let's say English. It will be of my number type. Okay, cross it, and here you see this has been added, plus I will say maths number, the second one. So I am creating one schema here. Okay, and then let's say GK. Fine, English, maths, and GK. I have added one complex schema here, and then I will define the input, and here I will say subject, and it will be of other type, and it will be of my subjects schema. Fine. Now I have added the input. So this is my second step. Now what I want to model my decisions. Sum of subjects. So here you see the red icon. Red icon indicates that there's an error. You have not defined the logic here. So expand it, and here you can start putting the expression here. So here you see I have the subject. So you can put subjects, and it will give you the suggestion as well. Dot. It is not coming, but it will come here. Subjects dot English plus subjects dot maths plus subjects dot GK. Tap. If it is fine, then it will recalculate, and we'll see here. You see this has been removed, which means this decision has been modeled. Now I want to calculate the percentage. So percentage, how I will calculate? Sum of subject divided by 3, as simple as that. So that will give me the percentage. Fine. Now I want to calculate the results. So how to calculate the results? Based on the if else. So if means you have to define the percentage here. Let's say if percentage is greater than, let's say it is less than 33. So I will say fail. I will add another else if, and here I will say if it is greater than 33, but and percentage is greater than 33, and percentage actually gives the (45), then result will be 30. I can copy the same expression, and let's say add else if I will say if it is greater than 45 and less than 60, then it will be second, else it will be first. So maybe I have done something wrong. If it is greater than this, okay, now here, if maybe I need to give it in the double quotes. Okay, now here it has also been modeled successfully. Now this is the calculate grade which I need to define. Now this is nothing, it is just like a Excel kind of sheet. So here I will say enter expression, and here I will say calculate result. And here I will say enter allowed values. So sorry, I need to do here actually. Guys, allow me a minute. I forget something here. Text list of values, and here I say grade A, grade B, grade C, and grade. Okay, and here expression here. Now here I will say, here you see I have given this calculate result, and if it is first, then I will say grade A. Okay, I will add one row here by clicking on this add row after, and if it is second, then I will say it is grade B. Then I will add one more row. If this guy is third, then the value will be grade C. And add row after, if it is fail, then grade D. So here what I have done, I have added 4 grades here, and then I have added this calculate result, and whatever results we are getting in this calculate result, it will be visible here, and then basis on that you can define the grades. Now my results, all the decision has been modeled successfully. As a next step, I need to test the process. How to test? Let's click on this run button. Here it will allow me to enter the values. Let's say 32, 31, and let's say 30. So what value will come? It will come grade as a D. Grade D, you can see calculate result fail, percentage 31, and sum of subject is 93. You can try one more time. Let's say 45, let's say 90, let's say 90. So this time it will come first. Right? Now my model is created successfully. Now I need to expose this as a service. So click on a plus button. Let's say result service, and then okay. You have to output the decision. The output is my calculate grade. And then input data is your subjects. This one. Fine. And now you need to you have defined the service. Now you need to deploy this service on the server. So first you have to create a snapshot here, click plus, and you can say calculate division S1. You can give anything, create. Fine, close it, and now you can activate it. You can take the same one actually. Oh, okay. And then activate it. Now my service has been deployed. Now close it. Now let's try to use this model into the process application. Let me just create another process here. And I will create this with a form. Let's say calculate result process. So I will add a form here, open properties, and then subjects. Yes. And here I will say form. Let's say subject form. Create. Fine. So let's add 3 input text here. 3 number 1. And then I will say result. That will be your English marks. Okay, I will remove this. Okay, this is your English. And here I will say English and fine. Here you can say maths subject, and here you can say GK, and you can say GK subject. So I have created 3 input text here, means 3 number, and here you see the main. So this is called your presentation. So in a single form, you can create different presentation to showcase to different type of users. So how to create? Now, by default, a main presentation will be created. If you want to create another presentation, you can do that as well. And you have to come to the forms. Okay. And here you see presentation, main presentation. You can click on this plus and you can create new presentation. You can create a new presentation. You can clone it or you can customize it. Let's say clone and select. So when you do the clone, same form will be created again. Select. Okay, and you can select the previous presentation, which is the main. Basis on that, I want to create it, and the new presentation name is grade presentation, and then create. And here you see now I am the grade presentation. I will make all these things as a disabled one. Okay. And here I will say input text and I will say fine. And if you select the main presentation, which is default presentation, you can see. Now go back. Now I want to call my decision. So go to the system and here you see the decision here. Okay. And you can click on open properties here. You can decision model. This is the decision model. Use it. And then service will be fetched automatically. Okay. You see result service. Okay, fine. Now you need to define. Okay, you need to define the open data association. You see calculate result process, data object, subject form, and in the body, English, GK, and maths, you can click here auto mapping, which will map automatically all the matching fields. You see here GK to GK, English to English, and maths to maths. Fine, apply. Now I need to add the form here. Now here you will see I will select the different presentation. It will give me to select the presentation. Let's say subject form. Okay. And now you see by default main presentation has been selected. You can select grid presentation. And if you select here, you can see here we have the main. And open this data association now. Go to the output and here you see body output. You can simply say interpretation to this grid. Apply. Fine. See, now I am good. Save your process. Let's try to publish it and let's test it. Edit decision model. Fine. Let's try to test this now. Fine. Let's try to play. Calculate result. $45, 40, and here I'll say again 43. Here we go. And here we receive, and let's open this and we'll see what will happen. You see, grade as a C. So this is how you can calculate, you can create the decision models and all in the process cloud. You can complete this process now. The process has been completed. Guys, any question on this?
Ankur, could you please share some business cases like where like we can utilize this kind of uh, decision making?
So business, okay. So business requirement can be anything. So let's suppose someone does not have the ERP system. Okay, they have the OIC. They are creating one VB application for the leave approval process or any other application. And business requirement can be anything wherein they need the business workflow which needs to be initiated. So they can use the complete OIC. They can create the form in the VBCS and approval process in the process cloud, and the process the workflows can also be initiated from the VBCS application. It can be anything, Vibhuti, as you have the purchase orders workflows. Okay, when you create a purchase order in the ERP, it goes to a certain workflow and then finally approves it. Such kind of workflows you can create here.
Okay. That means like based on the amount, like we decide like which level till which level it should go for approval. That kind of decision makings we can create
Yes.
here.
Okay, guys. So with that, it's enough for the PCS. I also have the limited knowledge of the PCS, guys, because I have not worked much. So whatever I have done, I have showcased. But you can explore it more, and I don't think so that most of the customers, more customers are using the PCS, because most of the customers are using the ERP to build the workflows there itself. But yes, if there's a requirement, you can try to explore more. Okay, one more useful information, guys. If you are planning for the certification, I will show you what we say, the topics are covered. Okay, so the exam.
Ankur, this is Lalita. Before going in there, I just have a question on the PCS. Can I ask?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the user task, we just have assigned some value to the grade, right? So that is just a variable. So in the real-time scenario, we may have to map an array of values. Like I'm fetching some. Sorry, okay, can you hear me?
Can you please bit louder?
Okay, so in a real case scenario, I just have one question from our project. So we are trying to get the approval list dynamically from an integration. Okay, so in the integration, we are based on some logic, we are arriving at the approval list. Okay, and that approval list in PCS, we need to send notification parallelly. So whatever the value that you just have copied here in the user task to the grade. So that is just one value, right? So in the case that I'm mentioning, so it's an array of values.
You are talking about the table, right?
Yeah.
So absolutely. So this is one of the good question. Someone asked me earlier as well how to show the multiple data on a form. I really have to check that if we can do this in the PCS or not.
Okay. There's something called business object, but when we use that and when we are trying to trigger the notification,
the business types you're talking about?
Yeah, somewhere we have defined business objects. I haven't done that. One of my team members is developing.
In the process?
Yeah, not in the process, in the human. Yeah, I'm not sure where they have done this.
I will see if we have kind of table. Yeah, we have a table component here, right? We can use the table component to bind with any one of the object, but I really have to check how we can do this for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Here you see.
Yeah, fine. Ankur, I'll check this. And from the notification perspective, how do we deal with the parallel notification and the sequential notification? I did see something in the gateways when you were scrolling down the.
So what do you mean by, so where you want to send the parallel notifications?
Okay, we have one requirement, like, so we get all the approvers and the notifications would be sent out to all of them simultaneously. Okay, even if we get one approval from any of them.
Okay.
We would be able to...
Got it. So here you see, right? I have showcased this thing also. If you go to the process, okay. So leave approval process. So let's suppose in this role, you add 3 approvers, okay. So it can be a B, C. You are saying you want to send the emails to A, B, and C, right?
Okay.
So for this, what you have to do, you have to create, either you can create a group in the IDCS and then assign all the users there. And then when you come to the administration and then manage all, let's say process reviewer. And here you see, I have added the member here. You can add more members, or you can assign a group here. You can assign the group and the mails will go to all the approvers.
Okay, would we be able to do this dynamically, Uncle?
Huh? Hey, Lalita, can you please be louder?
Yeah, can we do this dynamically? Because whatever the users are roles that we may have to use, we may have to dynamically arrive at those values.
Oh, yeah.
So is it possible to?
There will be a possibility for sure. I also have to check that because I have not explored PCS much.
Okay.
But yes,
okay,
we can
no
do
problem.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. We're also just trying to do one of the.
I understand. I will check that. Yeah. I will check that. If I get something over Google, I will share it for sure.
Sure, Uncle. Thank you.
No worries. Guys, any other question before I move forward? Okay. Now, very important, guys, the certification. If you are planning to take certification, the certification exam number is 101042. If you open it, don't take it now, because Oracle is planning to remove this certificate, the 21 and the 20 actually, and they will bring a new test years in the July. You can enroll it. You try to push your test for 1 or 2 months. They will bring new test in the July 21. How the certificate is structured actually, you see, it's a multiple choice, 85 minutes. The exam fees is 18,538, and the validity of the exam is only 1 year. So after 1 year, your certificate will be expired, and you have to take it again to renew it. And then, which means you have to again spend 18,000. Earlier, I hope it was 12,000. Oracle has increased the price, and I don't know if again the next year the price will be increased or decreased. I don't know. So this is the Oracle Cloud Platform Application Integration 2020. This will be changed to 2021 in July. Number of questions 55. Passing score is 66%. The validation, and what all topics are covered. Review exam topics. You can see the few things getting started. Oracle Cloud Application Integration. Key features we have covered. The application integration concepts. Design application integration architecture, and then a few questions from REST, and then SOAP as well. Application integration, we have covered it in very detailed. The OIC components, feature and capabilities, security certificates, the connections, integration, orchestration, map data, lookups and packages, and we have covered all these concepts in very detail. So at least you are ready with this thing. Then SOACS, which is again a separate topic altogether. There are few other concepts also which comes from the SOACS. API platform also, guys, it is again a complete platform, the complete another tool of Oracle. There's few questions which comes it, and most of the questions in the API comes from the users and groups. Guys, if you're planning for the certification, read this very carefully. Lot of questions are being asked in this particular topic. And then PCS as well, explain how to develop business process, human task web forms, manage application data, decisions we have created, business roles we have not created, and integrate with application and services, which I have shown you. Okay. And also in 2021, insights will also be covered. Register and then take an exam. How to register for it? You have to create an account on the Pearson website. If you click on register, you will see, you will be switched to the another site which is called Pearson. This is the vendor who actually organize all the certifications for the Oracle, and you have to create a new account or the login. You have to schedule your test as per your convenient date and time, and then take it. You can take it from home. You can go to any center or the authorized center and take it. And then the result will come within 30 minutes.
Ankur, do you have any dump video?
Not now.
Okay.
Guys, any question?
Ankur, Santosh this side.
Yeah, Santosh.
I have 2-3 small questions from YC. Shall I ask right now?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I want to know what is the limitation in row and column in lookup.
Yeah, as such, I have. So, how much data you are planning to have in the
No,
lookup?
no, just I am asking. I don't know. Just I am asking, is there any limitation or not?
Yeah, I have not seen any limitation. I have worked with, I hope, 10,000 or 20,000 data. I don't remember exactly, and it worked. It
Okay,
worked
okay.
well. But yes, there will be a limitation for sure, Santosh.
Okay.
But yes,
And
if you have a large amount of data, let's suppose in lakhs, don't use lookup.
Mhm.
It may slow down your process.
Mhm. And suppose if I want to extract supplier data from Oracle Fusion,
Hmm.
so what will our approach to do this?
That can be multiple approach. If you have a, what we say, the bulk data, you can use the BIP. You can create the BIP reports, and I have also shown how to consume the BI reports. If you
Yes.
okay, this is first. This is the
Mhm.
first approach, and which is one of the
Mhm.
recommended approach also. The
Okay.
second thing is, if you want to get the incremental data, you can directly use the REST APIs of the ERP and get the incremental data. So this might be a second approach. The third approach might be, if you want to get the real-time data, you can subscribe the events as well. But the recommended
Okay.
approach
And
is the PI, if you are
Mhm.
planning to get the bulk data at a time.
Mhm. And one last question. During means using file connection, can we use data? Whatever you shown a few weeks back, we have a huge Excel sheet, CSV sheet,
Yes, I
in
have.
which
So yes, you can do that. I have shown one example also during the demonstration. You can process
but
the files
but
up to 1 GB.
you have shown through FTP connection, right now? I was trying through file connection, file adapter, using file
File
adapter.
adapter, na? So file adapter, you don't have the download operation, I guess. The download,
Mm.
no. So with the file, you can only have the 10 MB.
Okay. So means using file adapter, we can use only till 10 MB file.
Yes.
What other operation can be done through file adapter?
So you
Or
can
file?
use file, read, write, delete, list files, and then move file.
Okay, but data should be less than 10 MB, right?
Yes,
Na?
yes. Because it will go through the agent. And agent is not enough capable to handle a large amount of data. You can only have the 10 MB of data. And similar case with the, I guess, with the FTP adapter also. If you are using connectivity agent with the FTP adapter, then I hope you can also do only a 10 MB. I'm not sure on this. I will have to check with the connectivity agent. But yes, most likely it will be 10 MB.
Thank you.
Any other question, guys? Okay, guys, with that we will leave, and before we will leave, I would like to take the feedback from everyone. How did you like?
Ankur, sorry, Tejeshwar here, one quick question. This may be very simple, but just I'm asking. Like automatically when we in on-prem base, we use append request.submit to submit programmatically when we are going to the ESS in the SaaS. Similarly, from OIC, if we want to automatically submit the ESS job, load request, or say, for example, general import is there. So which API we would be using directly? REST API, say, for example.
No.
For example,
so you are saying you want to kick off the ESS job now?
Yeah, ESS job without you say human intervention. Directly from the without human intervention going to the SaaS environment. Directly from ICS only, the job should be submitted.
Yeah, I understand your question. You can use the ERP adapter also. I will share one blog, Tejeshwar, with you, wherein it is mentioned how to kick off the job. I have not done that, but I have seen how to kick off that job. I will share. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a real-time use case. So instead of that's why I asked that.
I know.
And one more, Yeah, and one quick question with respect to VBCS. During the action chains, which when you showed, when there is a say insert, update, and delete, say for example. So once we have done in the middle of that, if we again want to add any of the perform like insert or update, is it possible or we cannot add that once we have completed and we have,
Can you repeat your question, Tejeshwar?
say I have an action chain where I have an insert, update, and delete, and I have completed the VBCS thing. Again, in the middle, if I want to go and add, say, in an update action chain in that entire process, can I add or I have to recreate that one entire thing?
Where you want to add it? So you want to modify your action chain, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Can I modify my action chain?
You can do that now. Yes, why not? You can open the action chain and then modify it.
Okay. I mean, any other process or any specific?
No, it's simple process now. You have to come here. Let's suppose you already have the action chain. You open your Visual Basic. It is as simple as you create or add actions. You can open the action chain already, which is defined. Let's say this one. Okay, here you see, let's suppose action, you have this action chain. Okay, you can open this action chain and then you can add whatever actions you want to add it.
Okay, thank you. And debugger, anyhow, you showed one of our batchmate only. With respect to debugger, you displayed the console where we can go and debug the rest.
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Any other question?
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks, Ankur.
Ankur, Vibhuti this side, how you would be comfortable like to connect you further, like if we have any queries or doubts, like through WhatsApp or through any blog or anything.
No, you can WhatsApp me for sure. You can WhatsApp on the group as well, and I will give you one link, guys, to everyone, and where you can join a big group of WhatsApp, wherein we have 200 plus people. You just post your question there, and someone will pick that up and will try to answer that. That is one of the good forum which I have. 200 plus people there. You can just do that, or if your problem is not able to solve it, you can directly ping me as well or WhatsApp only.
Okay. And one more question, like this instance which we are using, like free instance, it is going to get expired within 30 days.
So
I have.
Yes. So here you see this instance we are using since last 45 or 50 days, and this has not been terminated. Maybe it will be terminated after 60 days only. But yes, Oracle is not terminating after 30 days. You can use it for 60 days in most of the cases.
Yes, I created one instance, I created one user also that like all the integrations that I developed, it got vanished one day. Like it was more than 45 days, I think. But without any notice, they removed it. So
yeah. So you consider the minimum 30 days will be there, and after that they can terminate. It may be 45. It may be 60 days.
Yes, like I was asking, like, is there any paid alternative which we can take?
Yeah, you can upgrade the same account now into the paid one.
I think it is saying for like $1,000 minimum $1,000 account.
That you can check with the salesperson. No, so there are two options to that. One is the universal credit, and the second is pay as you go. Pay as you go means whatever you will use, you have to pay for that. You can check with the salesperson how the billing will happen on the pay as you go.
Okay. Thank you, Ankur.
Welcome. Guys, any other question? Anyone? Okay, no worries, guys. So today was the last session, and I hope you really enjoyed whatever you wanted to learn. You have learned. Any question, any doubt, feel free to ask or WhatsApp, call me, wherever you are stuck. And let's take a feedback from you guys. How did you like the training? Whatever your expectation was, your expectation has been completed or not. Anything I have, I have not taken it, do let me know. Let's start with Bala. I can see the Bala is the first name.
Yeah, hi Ankur.
I
Hi. Actually, this session was really informative. I mean, actually, I am not from this. I am from currently using the Fusion
Hmm.
HCM. So this one, actually, I just want to learn. Just currently, there is no scope for me in the current project or current company. But as an, I mean, like since I am interested in VBCS, so that is where I just joined this one, and I see this was very informative and even. But many things are very new, and the recordings were very helpful. That is where I am going. I mean, like checking the recordings, but still, I mean, like as you said, it really need lot of practice,
Yes.
and that is where I am going to. When I'm doing some practice, I'm getting some stuck, and again I'm going back in the recordings. I mean, like in the Google Drive recordings, and I was able to. I mean, like move forward. So. I think in the future, I mean, like whenever I get a chance, I will in the real-time projects I will be working on.
Yes.
And also one query, Ankur. So this Google Drive recordings. So is there any like it will be there
No,
for
it
some
will
time?
remain. No, it will remain there.
Oh, okay, that's great. I mean, like because if whenever I will get anyway, we'll be practicing, and if it is there forever, so that it will be very
It
good
will be
option
there
for us.
forever. It will be there.
Yeah, and the sessions was really helpful because it was for each topic you have explained with examples. That is where it was very good. Uh, Even though some topics it is very new, because since you are aware you directly went on it, but the recordings is the one where it is giving clear insights, and so I really I can rate 5 out of 5 because it is giving more information with clear details and all with
Thank
live
you.
examples.
Thank you so much.
So thanks Ankur, thanks for your sessions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Vibhuti, I can see your second name. What about you? Vibhuti?
Sorry, Ankur. Yeah, I was on mute. Yeah, it was really a good session. In fact, like I really appreciate like you have like came completely intact to your agenda and nothing deviation from that, and very much clear on all the topics and comfortably shared your like examples that really helped to understand. Like I think I have covered most of the videos afterwards, and like it worked fine. There are a couple of doubts definitely that would come, and going ahead also, like once we start working on the exact business scenarios, definitely new challenges would come, and we would definitely reach out to you in that respect.
Sure.
And also like if you can help us like giving some business scenarios, like if you have already faced, or you have like materialized it to the integration scenario, which we can we can work on that. That would be really helpful to us. And I would conclude like saying it was really a good session, and you have completed all the topics that you mentioned in the syllabus. It was really fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. I will definitely will try to, I will try to create few use cases and will pass on to you guys so that you can practice. I will try both for sure.
Thank you, Ankur, and I will be in touch. Like I will definitely call you and we discuss
Sure.
you some other business related things.
No problem. Hey, Lalita, I can see your third name. If you can unmute yourself.
Hi, Ankur. Yeah. Yes, Ankur. So ICS, PCS, and VPCS, these are the areas where I wanted to teach in from last few years, but that never happened. And recently, when I had to take a project, I was I was almost blank, and then I joined your course. And with your course, really, I can say that you have emphasized the areas that are really useful to take it to real-time projects. And I could architecturally help in a project to an extent. I could get all the answers to all the problems in the project, and this is very much useful for me at least. I have joined in a new organization and I have to take the new work, and your course helped me a lot. And yes, from the practice perspective, I still have to do a lot. Uh, and the way you explained, Uncle, it was also, I mean, everyone can understand. Even I'm talking in a layman's language, but even a person who doesn't have any knowledge about the ICS, even they can understand very well. And it was very useful. I think for everyone it will be very useful as well.
Oh, thank you, Lalita. Thank you.
And yes, we'll have so many questions and we'll keep bugging you. And I
Sure,
hope
no
you
problem.
get it.
Anytime.
Yeah.
And please don't forget to join my WhatsApp channel. I don't know if you already part of it, and because it's very useful.
Yeah, I'm already there.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Uncle. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Hey, Megha.
Yeah, hi, Uncle. Yeah, thanks a lot for the entire session, Uncle. It was very much interesting and informative as well. But the thing is that, to be very honest, I was not able to practice all the things that you have taught. Okay. So I need to go through the recordings. And again, if I have any doubts, so I will connect with you.
No problem, Megha, anytime.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Hey, Nag.
Hey, Ankur, Nag here. Are you able to hear me?
I can, yes.
Yep. Thanks, Ankur. Like this is like very helpful session, even though my complete background is different. Right now, I'm into the DevOps and the automation testing background. This is completely new to me. Just I'm planning to switch my career towards like Oracle side. Maybe unless until if I practice a lot and do some like kind of small project, then only once I will get the job, like I have to completely switch this technology.
Yes.
And sessions like these are like very helpful. Like even though it's like completely new technology for me, but I can easily cope up and understand, like can correlate with other cloud technologies.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yep. Yeah. One request, Ankur, like maybe what I'm expecting, it's not expectations, like maybe before these instances like terminated, could you please share us the integrations, like export all the integrations, right? Like maybe like future reference, that would be great helpful for us.
Sure. I will try to export, and then what I will do now, I will create one folder. Okay.
Yep.
In the same Google Drive folder, and we'll upload it there. Okay.
Yeah, that would be great help. Ankur.
Yeah.
Like basically like the reason, right? When I'm like practicing some sessions,
I
right?
understand.
Like then I need to go back to the hall, the recording sessions. That is the reason. Ankur.
No problem. No problem. I will do that.
Thanks a lot. Yep.
Welcome, Nag.
Yep.
Hey, Praveen.
Yeah, hi Uncle. Yeah, thanks for your sessions. It is very good information, and I'm moving to the still I have to do some more practice, and so far I not got any opportunity to get into this one. Maybe so I am preparing myself to move into this. So now at present in EBS and Fusion and still. So maybe I will definitely this training is very useful during whenever I got the opportunities, but I had to do the more practice. But your training is very good. Each and every videos, whatever that recordings I'm following. So some more I missed it, but I had to do.
Thank you, Praveen. Hi, Santosh.
Hi, Ankur.
Hi.
Your session was excellent, especially OIC. But I have not completed lab and all this recording more than 50%. Okay. Still, I'm trying. Still, I am struggling with supplier creation and worker creation in Fusion. But I'm trying. Every day I spend more than 2 hours to watch your video and do the lab, doing something every day.
Cool, man.
And thank you. Thanks for your effort. And thank you very much. You are excellent.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, Tejeshwar, last one.
Yeah, thank you, Ankur. This session was really very beneficial, knowledgeable, and going down the line. Really, it will help in our day-to-day experiences, whatever. Only the challenge was to do the practice, because as the more we do the practice, then only we will come across the
Absolutely.
issues when really we are doing it. And I would say it helped in all the, from starting configuration and till migration, like the entire phases, you have complete each and everything. And anytime as you are accessible and we can reach, and already you have added in the group. So we come across a lot of the real challenges we are going. And really for me, it's helping out. Like one small thing, what I could see based on my experience in the demo instance, a lot of things are not working. But when we try really on the client instances, those works. For example, any testing of a REST APIs only. When we are doing on, when testing of a REST API, say for example, to create an invoice or create any specific depending upon the module. I mean, different, whether it's a CM finance. In the demo instance, somehow these things are not working. And there are few prerequisites which need to be done. Whereas in the client instance, it is working. For example, like as you showed in the using a postman, when you call the API, we get by default 404 not found. But really, when we try in the client working instance, we get 200 success, the message immediately.
No. I don't think so. There might be some issue, very sure for sure. I have never seen such kind of issues in the test instances. Even if you see, you can pass me
Test
the
instance means demo instance.
Yeah, demo instance I'm talking about only. You can just share the IR file with me. I will check that what was the issue, but I don't think so. There should be an issue with the demo instance too. I have really never faced such kind of issues in the demo instance because I'm using that demo instance since long back.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I mean,
no worries. But if you face any challenges, you can just pass me that IR. I will try to have a look on this for sure.
Sure, Ankur. And thanks a lot, as the videos are really very helpful.
Thank
and
you.
Always we will be rememberable. And when OAC means it's Ankur today in India.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And guys, thank you so much for joining my session and appreciating me. Thank you so much. It's really mean for me. And one more thing, one more request. I have shared one feedback form with you guys. Please take only 2 minutes to fill that up. It's only have 5 to 6 fields, not more than that. Please keep it sharing. Please, it will be, very helpful for me. Okay, guys, with that, all the best for everyone for your future assignments, for future jobs. Any question, any you stuck anywhere, please ping me. Share your questions on the WhatsApp group. Anywhere, you will get an help for sure. Okay, guys, so with that, I will close the session. We'll upload the recording. We'll try to upload the IR file as well in the one folder. You can take it from there. And please don't forget to share your feedbacks. It will not take more than 2 minutes. Okay, guys, with that, we will close the session. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Ankur.
Thank you.